Alrighty, here is a game that the original production run has run out on, and it's changed names. I actually haven't double checked to see what's available on the market right now for the same product, but this game, it may still be alive in some corner of the universe, but as of right now, have fun finding a copy of Samurai Swords. Or Shogun, as it was originally called. Notice how it says Shogun in the corner. That's because it originally was released in 1986 as Shogun, based on the TV series that followed the James Clavell novel. As part of the Game Master series, which included Axis and Allies, Shogun, or Samurai Swords, or Ikusa, but we'll get to that in a second. It also included Fortress America, Conquest of the Empire, and Broadsides and Boarding Parties, which I actually kind of like, but it's supposedly the worst of the 5 of these games. This is the second most popular. If you've heard of Axis and Allies, it's just because everybody knows about Axis and Allies. Shogun, or Samurai Swords, as it's known in this edition, is actually a very streamlined game. It's very popular. People do play it. Whenever I can get people to play it, I'll pull out this game and play it. But the deal about this game more than anything else, is an example of how to do a strategy game right. This box was printed in 1995. So when they decided to call it Samurai Swords, because there was other things out there called Shogun at the time. I believe, I don't know the full details of what other games were called Shogun, but they changed the name. But it's the same exact item. They just changed the title. Everything else is literally the same, down to the words. Much like Axis and Allies, it's a big, walloping, long weekend worth of a strategy game. And I open up the box. This is not unboxing. I have modified this box severely because I have this beautiful habit of buying more than one copy and mixing them all into one box, which is what I did with this one. Someone stole some pieces of mine, so I was like, you know what, screw it. Let's go all to town. And so I I bought a second box and never invited that person to play with the upgraded version again. So anyway, this is, let me actually show you the back while it's in one piece, because these boxes weren't just empty on the back. They had the full advertisement. It's like, this is what Shogun, or Samurai Swords, or Ikusa was all about. This game has been reprinted in 2011 by Hasbro as Ikusa. It's vastly different though. They changed the colors of the pieces and some of the artwork has gotten updated. I think they changed the map too. I haven't picked up a copy. I don't know the difference. But I know this, Shogun and Samurai Swords, it's very, very cross-compatible. I do think they kept the rules. But anyway, into the box. So here is Samurai Swords / Shogun / Ikusa. And it's a huge, hefty box. It has the basic heavier paperboard that most of these boxes are made of. Not the most durable thing, but it's better than nothing. I, of course, have 2 copies of the rule book. And the rule book, I love these black, white, and red rule books. The format is exactly similar to the old Dungeons & Dragons style books. The font is very much almost the same. The colors, I mean, I just like the use of red, black, and white to produce a cheap document. Just looks really cool when you stop and think about it. And it's got all the rules here. One thing I love about this game, is this the one that has it or not? Because one of these has it, one of them does not. Okay, it has a historical ledger in the back, where when you play games, you can record when you played it, who was there, and who won, and how many provinces they ended up with. I sometimes went a little bit farther, and I took photographs during the game and assembled like a little paper saying, haha, look at the glorious deeds we have performed. But still. And the rules are very close to Axis and Allies, except for a lot more random. I think they randomly issue you the provinces. I really want to come up with a version of the game where you actually get provinces that are like coalesced into like this lord and that lord, but the way it's set up doesn't actually support that. So here I am with my 2 rule books. And of course it comes with I forget what it's called with this process. You know how game boards usually are? They have that kind of textured back and then you open them up. It's a board upside down. Okay, this board is too big to fit under the camera. That's okay. you'll see it all eventually. So, oh, the entirety of Japan can be yours. I actually like to use this area to store cards and stuff just because. Same thing with this little top version over here. I like putting cards there and stuff like that. It's just a nice thing to have all this stuff on the board. I really like the fact that you have island lanes you can take as well. So many games have changed because people forgot, yeah, you can take your boat from here to here and invade there. Which is why fighting off in the islands, like Kyushu is my favorite place to hang out. I've won several games by building up Kyushu to be invincible. Like putting a fortress on a naval invasion path is just great. But starting with Kyushu, taking Shikoku, going east from the west was always a really cool one. So there's the board. I really find that board elegant and aesthetic. This is not what you'll find when you get the box. For example, I have multiple copies of the swords. You actually like draw straws, but they're actually, you draw swords. And that's how you determine your turn order. Oh, some of these things fell open. Let me just pull out one of these. So let me pull all the ones out except for the one I'm going to be showing you. There's a separate bag for Ronin, because Ronin are like surprise forces. So there's a separate bag for Ronin. And yes, this is 2 boxes worth of Ronin. I think Ronin were some of the pieces that got stolen from me. No, it was mostly the red guys. I have these, okay. I have these partially split up. Oh, that's right. So I have some broken pieces too. My apologies, little guy. One thing I'll show you about the game. You have these pieces that represented, notice there's one with a little divot on the bottom and one that does not. One of these pieces would actually stay on the combat board and represent your level, and it would be a marker. But this would also be a marker on the board saying, hey, you know all these pieces you have in this huge army off the board on the combat board? That's where his location is. So these guys would wander on the board doing nasty things because the full army represented by one piece, whereas this would just be like the home banner, the initiative marker, and it just would tell you, yeah, this is what the guy is. So there's that. So yeah, oh yeah, so the banner pieces and the daimyos I left in here, and broken stuff. I hate the fact that these things do break, but oh well, nothing lasts forever. There's a daimyo piece. Your average guy in charge looks like that. So it came with these styrofoam thingies. I added more dice. It came with the black dice. I added red ones and blue ones just because I'm like, you know what? You can't have enough dice, man. And so I added more dice. It'd be kind of cool to have a humongous tumbler of dice. Where I'd fit it, I don't know, but still. I think I had an excess of these, so they ended up anywhere. These are the fortresses. There's 2 layers. This is the top part. This is the ordinary Japanese castle. And then, yeah, the cards. I have 2 sets of the province cards because I bought 2 boxes. You know what? I don't mind having 2 sets. One can be for reference, one can be passed around. So there's that. Here's actually the rules in a nutshell right there. Just read up, guys. That's the rules. Literally. Like if you can figure that out, you figured out how to play samurai swords. Or Shogun. Or Ikusa, hopefully. So there's that. It does come with a singular, now I have 2 of them, but it comes with a singular plastic piece that represents the ninja. The ninja is literally a special forces guy that's like a mercenary. He shows up and then runs away. So I have 2 of these guys. Dos ninjas. Yeah. So I also did something crazy because I wanted to add special heroes. I was thinking about buying a samurai pack from Zvezda and painting them up because it has guys in there like Kato Kiyomasa and Date Masamune. I did something crazy since they had 15mm figures in Micro Machines for Star Wars. I just grabbed the 2 dudes with swords that would slide out of my hand. I grabbed the 2 dudes that had lightsabers, and I have had Star Wars characters running armies as a special reward for being that experienced. I'd give them a Jedi instead of a samurai. So I do that. These, you use markers to locate, okay, I'm going to attack here. So you can't just say you're going to attack and then draw back. I also have 2 different generations because, you know, I mixed 2 different box sets together. Also, my one friend mixed up some pieces I had. You can tell one's the older used box set I bought. The other one is the new one I've kept in perfect condition all this time. There's another one here that's really beat up, but I'm not going to go find it. I have one of these that's really aged because he had a Shogun set, and so we played with the Shogun box set with a really ancient, worn-out piece, and one of them is kicking around there somewhere. Here's the fortress bottoms. Yay, nothing to write home about. And of course it comes with bunches of red koku. I loved getting, here's the thing I didn't mind having doubles of, is the coins. You know how easy it is to run out of money in this game? Oh man. That's the fun thing about samurai swords. It's very economy intensive. And here's a quick run of what you actually get inside of the box set per individual army. I pulled out the light blue guys. I have them in rows of 6 for the samurai swordsmen, samurai archers, and yeah, I'm missing a few of the Ashigaru gunners, but those are come in the box. And you get billions. I have them in rows of 10, I think, here, of Ashigaru. These are what win you the game, actually. They're just the blood you churn out into the battlefield that, you know, it's there to just fight for you. It's just the ordinary common soldiers. So yeah, this is the contents of a box, 2 boxes worth, for 1 army in samurai swords. So yeah, if you like mass battles, you could play something like 40K, or you could just, you know, pick up epic strategy board games like Ikusa or Shogun or Samurai Swords. One other thing I'm going to show you before, because it's a very simple look at me. Hey, look, it's parts to a board game. I'm going to show you these combat boards because they drive me nuts. They all have the names of different lords on there. Those are all different samurai lords. Those guys exist in history. Ota is separate than Oda, just to let you know. It's somewhat biased around the Battle of Sekigahara, because some of these pairings don't make sense. Like these guys, Takahashi, Konishi, and Ota, I think these are all minor guys. I've never heard of them, you know, famously speaking. Let me go to this one. We've got Mōri, Chōsokabe, and Ukita. Now, Mōri was on the side of the West during Sekigahara, and Chōsokabe and Ukita were on the side of the, no, they are on the side of the East, sorry, side of the East, and these guys were on the side of, no, these guys were on the side of the East. These guys were under Tokugawa's forces, and he was under Mitsunari. And so, these guys, why are they on the same board? That's not the only example of that. Here's a really offensive one. Uesugi, as in, yeah, the man himself, Uesugi Kenshin. Fukushima, he was one of the favored champions of Tokugawa, by the way. And Oda, as in Nobunaga. Gee, man, it's kind of sad to hear that one of the best warlords that is gone from that time period and his rival are there with the chosen champion of Tokugawa. Right? I almost want to make new boards so you have the right lords when you pick up your faction, right? Subdivide it down a little bit more so it makes more sense. Tokugawa is a part of the Green Army. There's Tokugawa. Maeda, like Maeda Keiji, he was definitely part of Tokugawa's entourage. The Asano were crushed by either Oda or by Toyotomi, who came before Tokugawa. And I think that one doesn't belong on the board. He should either be like gone to the West because he was angry, or he should have been destroyed earlier. What Asano's doing on the board, I don't know. Now my history may be wrong, but still. Here's one that to finish it off. So we got Ogawa. I don't know about him. We're not going to cover Ogawa. Kobayakawa was one of Tokugawa's men for sure. And then Shimazu was a champion of Kyushu. He was definitely fighting for the West. So it's kind of hilarious. So there's the battle boards. And this is Samurai Swords, or Shogun, or as you will probably find it, Ikusa. Ikusa is produced by Hasbro. It has different colored pieces that are more earth-toned. And I haven't picked it up, but I should probably see what Ikusa is like. But as of right now, you know, there's just, it's just this. So, because after all, I have plenty to play with right here. So, thank you very much for watching, and you have fun with your games.